I'm gonna make a claim here. Streets of New Capenna is one of the best commander sets ever. It feels like every day someone posts in my Discord, link in the description, a card from New Capenna, and I'm like, it does what? So today, we're gonna go through 10 of my favorite budget cards from Streets of New Capenna, and as usual, every card in this list is under $1 because I care about your finances. It's tough out here for people with hobbies, and like always, this video is brought to you by the EDH Jank Center, your source for everything Commander and everything Jank, and I am your host, Jordan. Now let's get into it. Our first card up today is Ballroom Brawlers. 3 white creature human warrior. Whenever Ballroom Brawlers attacks Ballroom Brawlers, oh, that's a tongue twister, and up to 1 other target creature you control, both gain your choice of first strike or lifelink until end of turn, and it's a 3/5. Aside from the art absolutely slapping, I love this 5-drop for aggressive strategies. I think a Kamiz Brew really loves this card. In Kamiz, we can make this into an unblockable attacker, give our other attacker double strike, and then give both our Brawlers and our other attacker lifelink or first strike. Pretty choice, and I heard somewhere that double strike and lifelink are pretty good together. Additionally, you do not need to run this in Kamiz. It'll do some work in any build that loves evasion, life gain, and or getting in for damage. 5 mana is a lot of investment, but need I remind you the name of this channel, kiddos? The card's 2 cents. Let's move on. Next up, let's take a look at Case the Joint. 3 in a blue instant, draw 2 cards, then look at the top card of each player's library. The flavor of this card and this set as a whole is just stellar. Names like this geek me, man, and transport me fully into another world. The beauties of set design and art direction, people, it's so good. Anyways, the card is a 4-drop instant which can easily be reduced with Goblin Electromancer and other similar effects, so don't yell at me for it being high costed. Anyways, it's a spell that draws us some cards, and then we get to do my favorite thing about this card, which is take a sneak peek at everyone's library. Now, this can seem a bit innocuous at first, but this ability gives us a lot of information. Potential mill targets, potential game actions, cards to watch out for, essentially allowing us to see into the future. This can help us better strategize our next move, and yeah, that's it. Also, it's a card called Case the Joint, bro, like, come on. Next up, we got Nightclubber. 1 black creature human warrior. When Nightclubber enters the battlefield, creatures your opponents control get -1/-1 until end of turn. It has Blitz for 2 and a black. If you cast this spell for its Blitz cost, it gains haste, and when this creature dies, draw a card. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step, and it's a 2/2. This is like the great value version of Massacre Girl that's repeatable. Blitz is an awesome mechanic from this set, so on first cast of this card, we're wiping all tokens off the board, which is great for death triggers, which there are plenty of in black. And if we blitzed it, it will sacrifice itself and we'll get to draw a card. Now, where this gets fun is where you can make either copies of it or recur it from the graveyard multiple times. Not to mention, the semantics of this card becomes super relevant when you do that because it does indicate that it only hits our opponents. Super sweet ability right here, and for less than 5 cents, let's absolutely get it, dude. All right, moving on to Horde Hauler. 3 in a red artifact vehicle. It has trample. Whenever Horde Hauler deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token for each artifact they control, and it has crew 3 and it's a 5/5. So I genuinely don't see how this card doesn't see more play. I talked about it in my Mishra budget upgrades video from a while back, and I know that it being in red limits it, but in Commander as a whole, there are so many artifacts that people play that are just ubiquitous to the format. Soul Ring, Swiftfoot Boots, etc. And add on top of that the artifacts that are in like dedicated artifact decks, and we are off to the races with treasure. And yeah, treasure's pretty decent, so nothing more to say except I need to remind myself to snag this card. Oh, and it has trample. No friggin' Capenna, baby. Okay, moving on to Bouncer's Beatdown. 2 in a green instant. This spell costs 2 less to cast if it targets a black permanent. Bouncer's Beatdown deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. If that creature or planeswalker would die this turn, exile it instead. So this card was shown to me by one of my Discord members and was basically the reason for me making this video. Don't know how I missed this card, but I really love it. If you're running chunky boys in green, then you have to snag this great piece of removal. At instant speed, we get a removal spell that can easily snipe most creatures on the board, and as a bonus, it exiles them. And as a bonus, if the spell targets a black permanent, you get a discount in mana. Super sweet card right here, and also synergizes with Death Touch and Lifelink. Now let's snag a look at Corpse Explosion. 1 black-red sorcery. As an additional cost to cast this spell, exile a creature card from your graveyard. Corpse Explosion deals damage equal to the exiled card's power to each creature and each planeswalker. So this is a fun little Rakdos aligned board wipe. If we want to make use of a chonky boy that someone has sniped throughout the course of the game, we can target it as part of this card's additional additional cost and then deal a ton of damage to each creature, and Planeswalker if that's relevant in your game or meta. Next up, let's check out Scheming Fence, white and a blue creature human citizen. As Scheming Fence enters the battlefield, you may choose a non-land permanent. Activated abilities of the chosen permanent can't be activated. Scheming Fence has all activated abilities of the chosen permanent except for loyalty abilities. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to activate those abilities, and it's a 2/3. So this is a classic Azorius control-y kind of archetype, but what I love about this card in particular is this guy's mustache. I mean this guy's mustache. I mean this guy's mustache. I mean the ability where we kind of get to clone his mustache, whatever it is we're icing with this card's ability. His mustache. Blink it around for more versatility or make copies of it to spread the icing around. But enough about mustaches, let's talk about bookcases with Suspicious Bookcase. 2 colorless mana artifact creature wall. It has Defender, which means it cannot attack. And you can pay 3 and tap it. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. And it's a 0/4. So I'm gonna cheat here because I know this is a reprint, but can you blame me? This is a bookcase. I'm gonna cast this bookcase now is something I never thought I'd want to say, but here I am. But anyways, it's a rogue's passage but on a creature, enables a lot of shenanigans with dangerous creatures, you know the drill. Let's check out our second to last card. Our second to last card of the day is Vivian on the Hunt. 4 green legendary planeswalker Vivian. You may sacrifice a creature for its +2 ability. If you do, search your library for a creature card with mana value equal to 1 plus the sacrificed creature's mana value, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Her +1 ability is mill 5 cards, then put any number of creature cards milled this way into your hand, and her -1 is create a 4/4 green Rhino Warrior creature token, and her loyalty counters are at 4. It's our most expensive card of the day. Raise your hand if you also forgot Vivian was on New Capenna. Just me? Anyways, I love this little birthing pot effect on a stick, but I really enjoy her second ability for graveyard synergies with cards like Sir Conrad and Tormod the Desecrator. Additionally, I love it when planeswalkers have abilities that protect themselves in some way, token generation being the main one. Also, if you have the money, you should absolutely snag the borderless alternate art version. Absolutely incredible work here by the artist. But you know what else is a pretty great work of art? The EDH Jank Center Discord. The EDH Jank Center Discord is a public Discord of a bunch of people that love budget, janky, and underutilized cards. We talk about sets, spoilers, budget brews, and anything and everything under the MTG sun. We also host monthly giveaways of fun MTG product every single month. Like this last month, I gave away a full entire commander deck. Patrons of the channel get an additional entry in giveaways, but you do not need to be a patron to get in on the action. So if any of this sounds appealing to you, the link is in the description and I will see you in there. Let's move on to our last card of the day, which is Glittermonger. 3 and a green creature elf rogue. You can tap it and create a treasure token. It's an artifact with tap, sacrifice this artifact, add 1 mana of any color, and it's a 1/4. Like, what? There are so many tap and untap synergies that can absolutely make this card worth the 4 mana upfront investment. Pretty simple tech here, guys. If you have even just a few ways to untap this and activate it again, you can generate a ton of value for yourself in the form of treasures. And just like that, guys, we're at the end of yet another video. Thank you so much for watching. If you dug this content, make sure you give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below what cards from New Capenna that you love. Did I miss anything? I'm always down there in the comments interacting with you guys, so come on down and have a chat with me. And if you'd like to be a part of the EDH Jank Center community, the Discord link is in the description below. Alright guys, that's it for me. I will see you on the next video.